Okay. Sorry. Ni-ready ko lang ang ating stream. Okay naman 'di ba Moyo? Okay. Let's start with the calcification. Dehydration rather. So, ano ba ang Naisan ko ba yung lecture na 'yon? Ayun, galing-galing talaga. Automatic talaga siya. Oh. Hindi katulad ni Mark Segi. Charing. Charing lang. Okay. So, we're talking about dehydration this time. And obviously, what we want to remove here is water. Kaya nga dehydration. But also, we want to also remove the... We want to include, rather, the fixative. Okay? That's one of the things that we want to remove. Okay? So sir, bakit kailangan mo pang ihiwalay ang dehydration? Kasi hindi magkaiba talaga silang process. Okay? So, FD-seat pa rin tayo, class ha, huwag kakalimutan. By the way, yung colors na yan ang pinili ko kasi yan ang colors ng ASCP o magiging future ASCP certificate nyo, class. Okay? Kasi magkikita-kita-kits tayo dito, 'di ba? 'Di ba Patrick? 'Di ba Mark Segi? 'Di ba Marion? 'Di ba Lilzo? Babalik ka na 'di ba sa unless lang gusto mo mag-stage, and I don't know about you, Lilzo. But anyways, let's move on with our first slide. Okay? So, the main importance of tissue dehydration is the removal of water and fixative. I mentioned that already, I think. Okay? And why is it important to do that? Is the next question. Okay? So why is it important to remove the water and fix tissue? Well, first of all, water impairs subsequent steps and it's not miscible to most solvents. Bakit kailangan siyang makihalo? Bakit kailangan makihalo ba ng dehydrating aid ng pumapalibot sa kanya? Because the subsequent steps like clearing, infiltration, and embedding, which eventually leads to ribboning and tissue staining, all require miscible solvents. Okay? All of these steps, they require to be mixed with one another. Kasi pag hindi, sayang yung pinrosis mo, meron ka lang hard na tissue. O ano makikita natin, di ba? So yun yung reason kung bakit kailangan miscible ang laman ng tissue. Okay? So we're not removing water because ayaw nating mabulok. Okay na yun, na-preserve na natin kasi na-fix na natin. Okay? This time, inaalis natin yung natitirang water because we're preparing the tissue for the other processes. Okay? So hindi naman pwedeng mag-stain tayo ng dehydrated sample ng fixed sample lang. We have to remove we have to remove the fixative for us to actually process and visualize what we're going to see. What the pathologist is going to see. So that's the importance of using miscible solvents. Okay? So, next, in the preparation of dehydration, or dehydration is the preparation step for what part of tissue processing? FD-seat. Ano nga yung I? Deceit. Ano yun? Infiltration. So, preparation pa lang siya. Preparation siya. Pero sir, di ba dadaan pa ng clearing? Oo nga. Pero, bago ka mag-clear, alsin mo muna yung dehydrating agent. Okay? Yung fixative natin. Alright? So, yun yung talagang main goal niya. To be impregnated or infiltrated by paraffin. Okay? Now, dehydrating agents used in histopathology. I think that's the next thing. So, usually, it's alcohol-based. Okay? I think that's the answer. Alcohols in increasing strengths. So, makikita nyo doon sa sinend sa akin ni may forward ako sa iyo, Moyo. Sinend sa akin ni Mark Segi. Sandali lang. Makikita nyo yung process ni wait. Be right back muna tayo. Status natin. Be right back muna tayo sa live. Kasi baka makita yung mga nasa ko. May mga chismis na Pwede bang i-share mo to, Moyo, sa class? Itong isi-send ko sa iyo. Ay, iba ang nasendan ko. Ayan. Paki-share nga yan. And please zoom in on the on the paper on the upper left hand side of the machine. Ayan. Paki-share nga yan. Yan yung increasing strengths. Alcohol in increasing strengths. Okay? So, we start from 70, 80, and then change to 100, and then 100, 100, 100. Depending on the laboratory protocol. Okay? So, na-receive mo na mo yun, no? Nag-heart Nag-heart react ka na eh. So, can you please share that picture to us para ma-appreciate ng mga students of CMCC kung ano ba talaga ang mga pinagsasabi ni Sir Manuel? Kasi baka nga mamaya sasabihin na naman ni Renmar, "Sir, you lying." Gagano si Renmar, "Sir, you lying. You lied to us." Same accent, by the way. "You lying, girl. You lying." Okay. So, while Moyo is preparing, I think I can explain the other steps. Okay? So, bakit kailangan sa lower tayo mag-start? Okay? Bakit kailangan lower? Lower strength. Bakit kailangan 70? Hindi pwedeng ilagay na lang natin sa 100. Kasi hindi mo siya pwedeng biglain. Okay? Anong mangyayari? Magkakaroon tayo ng tinatawag na sudden osmotic change, which will shock the cells. Okay? Masya-shock sila. Totoo, sir. Masya-shock sila. Oo, kasi bibiglain mo ng 100. Dapat dahan-dahan lang. Okay? Diba? Parang lang yan. Parang sugat lang yan na nag-scab na. Diba pag nasugat tayo, oops, konti lang. Gagano'n mo, saka mo biglang ihilahin. Parang gano'n. Pag binigla mo siya ng hila at the very beginning, ano mangyayari? Dudugo, diba? Parang gano'n lang yung nangyayari sa sa dehydration. Dadahan-dahanin mo siya kasi pag binigla mo, magsisisabog yung cells. Okay? So, clear tayo. Kaya kailangan 72 . May magkakaroon kasi ng sudden osmotic change. Yun yung tinatawag na tissue shock. Okay? Yung mabibigla siya. Ano na nangyari, Moyo? Saan na si Moyo? Okay. Pwede din naman dito. Okay. Actually yun yung hiningi kong favor sa iyo. Paki-share saglit. Thank you. Sorry, Moyo. I know I'm asking too much of you. Wag ka mag-alala. Alam naman ni Mark Segi kung ano yung nangyayari kapag ka moderator ko eh. I know. It's hard to be my moderator. I ask too much of you, guys. Okay. Ayan na. Bakit pare-parehas ang background ng mga students? Sa isang bahay lang ba sila nakatira? Ayan. Okay. O diba nakikita nyo, na-appreciate. Pwedeng pa-zoom dun sa may papel na yan. Ayan, yung papel na yun. Ayan, yan ang mga yan ang pag-uusapan natin. So, saan dyan, sir, ang dehydration? Saan nag-i-start dyan yung dehydration? Sir, ang dami mo ng chinika. Nandun pa lang tayo sa position 2. Diba? Ang dami ko ng chinika sa inyo kasi ang dami kong dadaklas. Position 2 pa lang tayo. Okay? Yan yung yan yung tinatawag. Yung machine nila is tissue processor siya. Hindi siya yung fluid tissue processor. Okay? Kasi may parang anchor, may parang maghahatak lang ng basket diyan na robot, tapos ililipat doon sa susunod na Ililipat doon sa susunod na slide. So mag-start tayo sa 70%. Ito medyo nagmamadali itong ospital nila. Dapat 80 yan eh. Bakit ganyan yan, Segi? I-report natin sa DOH yan. Charing lang. Dapat 80 yan eh. Kasi ang dami ko nang pinagtrabaho hospital, parang may 80 dapat yan. Dinoble lang yung 100% alcohol. Siguro nagtitipid ng reagent to sila, Segi. Pero anyways, ganun yan. Essentially, what they're doing is, they start first with the lowest concentration. Okay? Okay, nagets ko na kung bakit. Okay na pala. Okay, pag ano kasi, oo nga, 45 minutes. Oo. Pag ano, longer procedure, 17 hours yung ano. Okay, sige na, pagbibigyan ko na sila. Sige. Dapat 80 yan, nagmamadali kayo ha. Bakit ano? 80 dapat yan, 95 tapos 100, 100, 100 yan eh. Anyways, yun. Sa step 2 pa lang tayo, class. 70% alcohol ang ginagamit natin. Makikita nyo, puro alcohol siya. Lahat yan, dehydration step lang yan. Okay? And then, yung last step is silene. Ay, yung second step after dehydration is, or yung next step rather, after dehydration is silene. Okay? That is clearing. After you clear the specimen, you're going to have 3 changes of silene. You're going to submerge it in what? Wax. Okay, wax na siya. So lalabas ba siya? Sir, naka-wax na siya na lalabas sa ano? Yes. Yes, class, lalabas na siya sa naka-wax. Okay? Mainit-init pa ng naka-wax kung gusto mo. Okay? Anyways, balik na tayo sa ano natin, sa ating what do you call this? Sa ating slideshow kasi tapos na tayo. Yung electric fan, optional siya, class. Ginagamit nila yan pang control ng temperature, class. Kasi kakasabi ko lang sa inyo kanina, class, the temperature of the lab is important. Diba? Pinagtatanggol ko kayo. Sige ha. Pinagtatanggol ko kayo. Sige. But girl, Lilso, in the words of an LA girl, right? Girl, that thing is ratchet. Girl, that thing is ratchet. That yung electric fan, hindi ko alam bakit may electric fan, but that thing is ratchet as F. Let's move on to the next thing. I think I've already discussed the next thing, right? It's why should alcohol strength start at a smaller percentage when performing dehydration? That's because we want to avoid tissue shock, or what we call to prevent sudden osmotic change, okay? Which can affect the tissue morphology. Okay? Let's move on to the next one. What would happen if a fixed tissue was immediately dehydrated in 100%? So, what happens is magiging parang chicharon siya. It will become brittle and hard, and it will cause cellular shrinkage, which cannot be undone unless you use unless you reprocess another sample. Okay? So, umpisa ka na naman sa step 1. Okay? So, ang dami ko pa namang chika kanina. Step 2 pa lang pala tayo, class, no? What are the characteristics of a good dehydrating agent? You say. Okay? So, ito na naman tayo. Pag mamimili tayo, Patrick, imagine mo lang mamimili ulit tayo ng dehydrating agent natin. Ha? It needs to be rapid without causing morphological distortion. Okay? It evaporates quickly. It should dehydrate fats. Okay? It should remove fats. And it should not harden tissue and should not remove the stain, as well as being non-toxic and non-flammable. Okay, remember yung last stages under paraffin, naka-heating block siya. Okay? Kasi paraffin is originally solid at liquid temperature. Okay? Parang 'di ba nga kandila nga 'yan, 'di ba, class? Okay? Now, let's move on to the next one. The ideal ratio of tissue to dehydrating agent is what? Is more than 10. Okay? So, pasok pa sir yung 200. Pasok pa sir yung 20. Yes, more than 10 ng 20, 'di ba? So more than alam nyo, class, 20 lang lagi ang tatandaan nyo, ha. More than 10 of the value. Okay? 20 lang lagi yung tatandaan. I would actually I wanted to remove this one, but Gregorius wrote that one. Okay? But other than that, lahat ng numbers na tatandaan nyo when it comes to tissue versus volume ratio of chemical, for 20 lahat, except for infiltration. But anyways, enough about that. Let's move on to minimizing tissue damage. In order to minimize tissue damage when processing during the dehydration step, dehydration should be done ASAP. Okay? Kaya nga mas maganda na automated ang gagawa. Kasi pag tao ang gumawa, may potential na magkaroon ng error. Malay mo, bibiglang mag-text kay Arian. Hinire namin si Arian. Di ba nadagdag si Arian sa Arian Dorothy. Nadagdag si Arian Dorothy sa namin, sa staff namin. Kasi kinulang na kami, mayaman na kami sa laboratory namin ni Patrick eh. 'Di ba? Kanina si Segi lang yung night shift namin, ngayon si Arian na. Kasama na rin. So, malay mo si Arian biglang may ka-text, hindi niya alam yung protocols, nakalimutan niyang ilipat agad yung fixative, yung tissue na galing sa fixative or decalcifying agent, wala na. Nagtigas yung sample. 'Di ba? Natuyo. Okay? Or kumunat rather. So, ganun yung pwedeng mangyari. Okay? So, we can also hasten the dehydration step through agitation and setting the temperature at 37 degrees Celsius. Okay? So, we can hasten the dehydration step. Sir, paano yon? Yung kalasegi, parang mga ano lang yon, parang mga timba lang yun na may robot na kumukuha. Merong ibang machine na ganon, may thermometer, may heating pad sa ilalim. Okay? Conductive yung. May mga ganon yung lalagyan, yung mga buckets, may laman ng ano, may heating pad sa ilalim, tapos may magnetic ano yon, may magnetic stirrer sa ilalim. Okay? Siguro yung run 1, kaya mas mababa yung time of immersion. 45 minutes lang napansin nyo. Kasi, I don't know, baka hindi pa nasira nila Segi yon. Merong agitator yon. Sinira nila Segi pala, no? Kaya may run 2. May agitator yun. Pagka ganun. Umaalog. Okay. So, yon. Tapos isi-set niya yung temperature at 37 degrees Celsius para ma-process yung mga samples sa mabilisan. Okay? Alright. Now, what are the signs of incomplete dehydration? The signs of incomplete dehydration is that the saline is milky. Okay? Huwag niyo kakalimutan, yung clearing solution becomes milky. Okay? When I talk about saline all the time, think about it as clearing na tayo. Okay? Clearing. I know there's a lot, but saline has been the most promising up to the modern day. So wala pa sila masyado ano. May mamaya pag naabutan natin, i-discuss natin 'yon. Tissues feel macerated when you cut it. Parang nalalamog. Okay? Anong nalalamog? Parang macerated. Parang nalalamog, sir. Pag nag-ribbon siya, nasa isang pwesto lang siya. Okay? Kasi malambot. Kasi may tubig nga eh. Okay? So, yun yung pag under dehydrated. Okay? Meron pang tira-tirang tubig or water molecules. Okay? So, parang umiikot yung ribbon lang doon sa isang side. So, whilst you're turning the microtome knife, the tissue that you're cutting, it's not forming ribbons. It's just forming a roll. Parang nagro-rolyo ka lang ng sigarilyo. Ganun yung nagiging itsura niya. Okay? Next. What chemical may be used to test if the tissue has been fully dehydrated? You can use anhydrous copper sulfate. Okay? Bakit anhydrous copper sulfate? Sir, ano bang dapat color ng copper sulfate? Pag nabasa siya. Anhydrous siya, ibig sabihin there's no hydrogen ions. So, pag nabasa siya, because of the presence of water, ano bang color ng copper sulfate? Aqueous hydrosulfate. Copper sulfate, sorry. Aqueous copper sulfate. Ano ba yung ginagamit ninyo sa blood bank? Yung pinapatalsikan nyo ng dugo ng donor, tapos lulubog, mababa ang mataas ang hemoglobin count. Anong color ng aqueous copper sulfate class? Hindi nga. Yung sa Benedict's test nyo din, pag nag-test kayo ng sugars sa urine, anong color niya? Ay, nakalimutan na nila. Sige nga, pakita na nga natin mo, yo. Kasi nagmamadali ako. Sige, next pa. Ayan. Magiging ganyan siya. It's blue! Magiging ganon. Okay? So, siyempre, pag may water blue, diba? Tandaan nyo lang yun. Kapag may water blue, Renmar, hakinig tayo. Anak, hakinig tayo. Okay. Next. Let's move on to a nice to know question. Embryos are delicate. What,
Playing from Mammoth.
Oh, it's time. Can I extend for another 15 minutes? Kasi we haven't even started yet, girl. Another 15 minutes, okay? Ayoko kasi talagang nakukulangan kayo, class. Nabibitin ako, class. Ako ang nabibitin para sa inyo. Kasi, class, tapos na yung exam nyo. Pinu-proofread ko lang. Okay? Tapos na yung exam nyo. Okay? Bakit kailangan i-proofread, sir? Kasi, mahaba ang mga questions. Kailangan i-check kung tama ang grammar kasi baka pwedeng questionin ng intern, ay ng students. Okay? Alright. So, embryos are delicate when starting another 15 minutes sa Mark Segi. Okay? When starting concentration of alcohol, so because they're delicate, you have to start really low. So the strength should be at around 30%. Okay? You have to start at 30%. So nakita nyo yung stark difference. Sir, ba't ba lagi mo na lang sinasabi ang embryo? Kasi class, pag pinag-usapan nyo yung mga embryos class, kasi yan yung mga sensitive na mga sample, madaling maano yan, madaling malamog yan. Usually it's not for the purpose of clinical, but more on educational siya. Yung mga nakikita ninyo ng mga drawing ng embryo sa mga embryology books natin, yung sa basic biology, makikita ninyo galing yun doon. Okay? So, more on educational purposes rather than clinical. Pero kailangan nating i-include kasi kasama sa trabaho natin yan as technicians. Okay? Now, let's talk about the dehydrating agents. Okay? Ready na. Naging pink bigla ang mukha ni Lilzo. Okay? So, let's talk about the examples of dehydrating agents. So, isa-isahin na lang natin. Skip na tayo dyan sa answer niyan kasi alam ko hindi ko yan nilagyan. Okay? Let's skip that. Let's talk about the best dehydrating agent used in routine histopathology. It's ethanol from 70%, 95 according to Mark Segis Hospital, but no, we start at 80, 95, and then 100 ha class. Okay? Not all the time ganun yun. Pero, again, it depends on their protocol. Baka mas ganun sila sanay eh. Okay? And remember, may agitators yun eh. And the heating pads probably. Okay? Now, the main advantage of using the dehydrating agents like ethanol, there's 3 of them. There's 3 reasons. Not 2. Please change that to 2. First one is that it penetrates easily. Okay? It's non-toxic and it can be used on delicate samples like eyes and embryos. Okay? And please, next, do not forget, okay, ethanol is is best for delicate specimens as long as the tech remembers to start at low dehydrating strengths of the alcohol. As long as you remember to put it in 30 to 40%. Okay? 30 to 40% dehydrating agent. Strength rather, alcohol strength, ethanol strength. Okay? Now, because there's advantages, you also have to talk about the disadvantages. One of the disadvantages is that it's slightly miscible to paraffin. Kaya nga dadaan muna sa xylene talaga para maalis. Okay? It extracts methylene blue and thiazine dyes. Okay? It extracts lipids more than acetone. And it causes shrinkage and hardening of sample if prolonged dehydration. It also reacts to some fixatives only. Some lang, not all. Okay? So medyo may kaartehan siya when it comes to that. Okay? Now, which fixative can cause a reaction with ethanol? Kakasabi ko, there's some, di ba? Huwag niyo kakalimutan si osmium tetroxide. Okay? Osmium tetroxide can cause a reaction with ethanol and it can form osmium precipitates which is colored black. Okay? Next. The preferred dehydrating agent for touch or smears for blood preps is what? Isa yan doon sa questions natin kanina, methanol. 'Di ba? The main disadvantage of using methanol is that it can cause toxicity in the optic nerve, which can result to blindness. Okay? Nice to know. Ang ating next question. Another name for methanol is wood alcohol. Talaga, sir? Kasi dati, nung unang panahon, before pa ma-discover yung hydrogenation of carbon monoxide, methanol was made through the destructive distillation process of wood. Okay? Yung pinapainit yung wood, tapos yung vapors nun, methanol ang lumalabas. Okay? Sobrang init. High temperatures, like I think 1,000. You use 1,000 degrees Celsius on the sample, on I I'm not sure what type of wood that they used in the past, but they subject the wood to high or to extreme temperatures, and they have a collecting distiller. So dadaan doon yung methanol. And because it's a volatile substance, lahat yon is closed system. Okay? Pag sinabing volatile, madaling mag-evaporate, madaling sumabog. Okay? Highly volatile. Okay? Next. Let's talk about another dehydrating agent, which is butanol. Lahat sila alcohol, di ba? Nakita mo? From ethyl, methyl, butyl, butanol, di ba? So, there's two types of butanols that we can use. We have 1-butanol and tert-butanol, or they call it the N-butanol or the neutral butanol. Ano yung tert-butanol, sir? 4 yung ano niya. Tertiary butanol ang tawag dyan. Tert-butanol. 3 pala, sorry. Yung ano niya, yung naka-position ng cis instead of trans. Okay? Anyways, which butanol isomer? So isomers ang tawag dyan, class, sa organic chemistry review tayo. So there are isomers that can be used in animal plant tissue dehydration. 1-butanol, and the tert-butanol is a universal solvent. Okay? Mali ang spelling ko ng solvent. Wala yung Z na yan. Very jejemon yan, class. Huwag niyo papansinin yan. Okay? Solvent yan, ha? Hindi yan solvent. Tinamaan lang ako ng pagiging jejemon ko. Walang makakapigil sa amin. Kami ang pabebe girls. Ganon. Ganon lang yan. Tinamaan lang ako ng kulog dyan, class. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, I'm an imperfect person with a perfect smile. Diba, class? Huwag niyo kakalimutan, class. Alright? Now, since we're talking about the isomers, let's talk about 1-butanol first. 1-butanol is recommended for specimens that do not require rapid processing. Meron ba, sir, na mga ganon? Oo. Kung nagtatrabaho ka sa museum, pakialam naman nila, di ba? Okay? Nag-hire ba sa museum, sir? Yes. Nag-hire sa museums ng mga ganyan. Okay? Ng mga kailangan ng mga tissue processors. Okay? Mga archaeologists, di ba? Baka gusto nyo maging next Tomb Raider, Lara Croft. Diba? Alam ko si Renmar gusto maging Tomb Raider. Pero kung anong kuweba ang gusto niyang i-discover, I do not know, and it is his business. It's your business, girl. Whatever you want to discover is your business. Now, let's move on to the next slide because we're going to answer that one. So it does not require, for specimens that does not require rapid processing. Okay? So let's talk about the advantages of butanol. One of the advantages of butanol is that it causes less shrinkage and it is miscible to paraffin. So nagmi-mix sila ni paraffin. So keribambam sila. Okay, friendship silang dalawa. Okay? There is a disadvantage, however, kasi mabaho ang butanol, class. Okay? Next na tayo. Mabaho ang butanol. And ang bagal niya, 'di ba? Hindi siya pwede talaga preferable for clinical use. And it requires longer processing times. And it has low dehydrating power. Okay, slow acting. Actually, dalawa lang yan. Ilagay mo na lang yung slow acting. Parehas na din yung ano eh. Okay? Parehas na yung last two eh. Okay? Now, there are advantages of using tert-butanol, obviously, because we're talking about tert-butanol. It mixes with xylene, paraffin, and water. So, it's fine. It may be used as staining may be used in staining as a dehydrating agent. Okay? So, there is still a dehydrating step when you're staining. Okay? Di ba, Mark Sege, may separate na machine for staining or may mga ano kayo? Kala ko wala kayo. Manual staining, walang machine for ano? Holo? Oo. Kasi pag nagkamali ang intern, kawawa. Oo. Alam ni Zo, nagkamali ka ba? So, uy, sorry. Okay. Alright. Kita mo, sinuplong ka. So, naka-live pa naman tayo. Alam nila kung saan ka pupunta. Kung saan kanila susugurin. Kung mga students ko from Zimbabwe din. Okay. Anyways, let's talk about the disadvantages of using tert-butanol. So, again, mabaho din siya. And one of the most common questions in the board exam is that it solidifies at room temperature. Okay? Kaya mahal siya pati. Kasi kailangan mong initin lagi. Okay? Next. What step is usually done when using tert-butanol as a dehydrating agent, you need to do primary infiltration first. Okay? Infiltration. So ano yun, sir? Bakit kailangan kailangan ng primary infiltration? Basically what you do is you use paraffin and then a tert-butanol mix. Parang inuunti-unti mo lang din sila na ma-wean out with paraffin. So instead of using xylene in between the steps, since tert-butanol is miscible with paraffin, we're skipping ahead of the processing step and we go directly to paraffin processing or paraffin infiltration / impregnation. So yon. Pero ang ano lang noon, ang gagawin mo lang doon is primary infiltration ang tawag doon. So unti-untiin mo lang din siya. So butanol mix ang gagamitin mo. Mixture of paraffin butanol mix. Okay? Next. Organic solvent that is an excellent substitute for ethanol as a dehydrating agent is your rubbing alcohol. Okay? Isopropanol. Okay? Next. What technique is used to enhance what technique can be enhanced to haze what can be used to enhance the tissue processing of isopropanol? Microwave processing. So siya lang ang gumagamit ng microwave processing among the rest. Sir, gumagamit talaga ng microwave, di ba masunog yon? Controlled nga lang siya, di ba? Nakalimutan nyo yung 2450 megahertz. Chill lang kayo, wala tayong papapasabugin na hindi tayo maggagawa ng popcorn sa machine ay sa microwave na yan. Ibang microwave yan. Okay? So, advantages of using isopropanol is that it is less expensive and it causes less shrinkage. Water-free solvent, it's a water-free solvent compared to ethanol kasi nga, 100% isopropanol ang gagamitin natin, rubbing alcohol talaga. Okay? And another thing that you need to remember is that there is resin type dehydrating, there are resins also that can be used as a dehydrating agent. Okay? So what type of resins can be used as a dehydrating agent utilized by the tissue processor for isopropanol? You have to use nitrocellulose. Okay? So pag isopropanol ang gamit natin, we need to use nitrocellulose. Hindi pwedeng paraffin. Okay? Next. What processing step can be affected by isopropanol when you are staining? Okay? So ang daya na, ang pangit naman, sir. Ano ba 'yan? Wala pala siyang kwenta for dyes. Okay? So immunohistochemistry din siya. We know that it can be used for immunohistochemistry also. All right? Next. Amyl alcohol naman tayo. Amyl alcohol is also known as pentanol. O, di ba, iniisa-isa natin lahat ng mga alcohols. Bumabalik tayo sa flashback to second year na tayo, class. Pentanol naman to. Flashback organic chemistry, circa 2011 yan, class, sa akin. Okay? 2010. Now, what are the advantages of using pentanol for dehydration? It's miscible to 90% alcohol, toluene, and xylene. Ano yung mga 90% alcohol na yan? Mga clearing agents yan. Okay? And it dissolves in paraffin. Talaga, sir. Now, there are disadvantages of using pentanol. There's 3, actually. One is that it's toxic, of course. And it cannot be used in poorly ventilated rooms. So, kailangan natin palakihin yung laboratory natin, Patrick, kung gagamit tayo ng pentanol. And it's not miscible to water. Ayaw namin yan. Wala na kaagad yan. Okay? Next. Aside from being a dehydrating agent, what other uses does acetone have in histotechniques? It can be used as a fixative. Diba? So, sir, universal solvent din siya. Oo. Diba? Alright. So, last na to, Mark Segi. Alam ko, pinapaalis mo na ako. Okay? I know it's time. We're just going to talk about the disadvantages. Buti na lang. Ano na tayo? I'm ready to go na. Okay. Maliligo pa ako. Ano ba? So let's just talk about the the advantages and the disadvantages. So one of the there are six advantages. It's cheap, it's rapid, it's not affected by dyes, no effects on dyes. It can cause less shrinkage and non-reactive to osmium tetroxide, which is good, and it's miscible to embedding resins like nitrocellulose also. Okay? There is disadvantage of using pentanol. Pentanol is an organic compound that is flammable. Okay? Pakita natin yung mga disadvantages nga. It requires large volume, 20 times of na naman, 'di ba? Nakita nyo? Requires mixing with xylene before proceeding with infiltration, and prolonged immersion can cause brittleness to tissues. Lastly is dioxane. Kayo nang bahala magtuloy niyan, class. Chemical name for dioxane is diethylene dioxide. Okay? And it can also be used for clearing. Ang dapat nyo lang tandaan, class, bago ako umalis, I know, pinaalis na talaga ako ni Mark Segi. Okay? Ang kailangan nyo lang tandaan, class, is that it is used as a dehydrating agent as well. Aside from being a dehydrating agent, it can be used as clearing agent. Again, another universal solvent. Okay? So, class, yun na lang tayo, class, because I'll be in New York in a couple of hours. If you have questions, friends naman ako ni Mark Segi, ni Moyo, at saka ni Patrick. You can ask them, or you can email me. Nag-email na kayo sa akin kanina if you have questions. I don't have lectures to the other ones, but I will try my best to send it to you guys today. Okay? Because hanggang staining tayo ha, sinabi ko sa inyo, class. Okay? Pero yung mga slides na pinakita ko sa inyo, tandaan nyo, yun lang yung mga tatandaan. Yun yung mga itatanong ko. Okay? Kaya dapat talaga